Ghost Ship is a phenomenal film, and here's why. Ghost Ship is a 2002 Dark Castle horror film, the third Dark Castle film, following House on Haunted Hill, one of my favorite horror films of all time. That was 99. 2001, we saw 13 Ghosts, which we have analyzed on this channel already. And then we got Ghost Ship, an original concept, a different sort of idea, but still within the same vein. The formula has been established, and now the formula has been transcended. Let's do a little walk back in time. Let's stroll through the ancient galleries of 90s postmodern horror. Scream is one of my favorite films ever made. I've seen a lot of discourse about Scream, claiming that it revitalized the horror genre, which is about the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. It's one of my favorite movies of all time because effectively, what Scream did was it deliberately and publicly humiliated and then executed horror. It's the world's greatest anti-horror movie. And that's why the phase of 96 to about 2001 that's my favorite era of horror movies because it's a bunch of fucking teenagers led by Kevin Williamson to dance upon the corpse of horror as a genre. It didn't revitalize anything. What Scream did was killed slashers, killed everything about the genre. So horror was dead in 99 when Dark Castle decided to make House on Haunted Hill. And I recommend watching my analysis videos on the other Dark Castle films. I say that House on Haunted Hill experimented with the artificiality of the horror genre, with the logical trappings of terror, and exposed the superficial, supernatural, spooky appeal that will never die. House on Haunted Hill unlocked a door back to horror. 13 Ghosts opened that door. 13 Ghosts gave us 13 examples of things that we have already experienced and encountered and explored deeply within horror. It gave us doubles. It gave us a return to form for horror. House on Haunted Hill and 13 Ghosts gave us a return to horror. Then Ghost Ship reanimated its corpse. Ghost Ship reanimated horror. You want to find the true film that revitalized the genre? There's only three made by the same company: House on Haunted Hill, 13 Ghosts, and Ghost Ship is a film about, you guessed it, a ghost ship. A small crew of salvagers try to salvage what's left of this ship. They find some gold, they find some hidden treasure, right? What Ghost Ship is truly about is about reanimating horror as a genre. It's about reigniting the flame of spooky, spooky, spooky fucking movies. Every time you see Julianna Margulies going through that ship with her flashlight, what she's really doing is she's exploring the corpse of horror left by Scream. And she's seeing remnants of life still within it. This crew, this film, is bringing horror back to life in real time when you're watching Ghost Ship. Ghost Ship is just incredible. I mentioned Julianna Margulies. She's a total badass in this film, and my God, she's gorgeous. It's ridiculous. She's great, really great actor. I was thrilled by her performance here. A great horror hero. In a new world, in a new age of final girls, I'm happy she's the first official one in my reading of the genre. Desmond Harrington as the villain. Great. Fucking loved him. Are you kidding me? I loved him. And the reveal? Oh my God. Pure fucking cinema. Pure cinema. And I mean that without any hint of irony or sarcasm. I'm 100% truthful. That sequence where Emily Browning, who was also good, as the little girl ghost, shows Juliana Margulies' character what actually happened aboard the Antonia Graza. Antonia Graza? Fucking boat. The ghost ship. He shows her everything that happened, all the crazy double crossings, all of the standoffs, and all this bloodshed that would make Tarantino foam at the mouth with jealousy and excitement. And Desmond Harrington is revealed to be, I don't know, a postmodern Davy Jones, some sort of legendary, nearly Lovecraftian boogeyman who strolls the seas looking for souls. He's got to fill a quota. He's a salvager too. And he's revealed to be the enemy, a boogeyman to this new metal meets trip hop, peak new metal, peak trip hop, peak 2002 soundtrack. And my God, like I'm sitting there and I'm raw fucking Vo. That's so cool. It's so good. And at the end, when the Mudvayne fucking song kicks in and she sees Desmond Harrington through the ambulance window, I about, I about lost my fucking mind. I about lost my shit. I about lost it, dude. It was so good. Like my heart's beating faster right now. That's what I want from a fucking movie, and like it makes me ready for spooky fucking horror. Now Steve Beck returns to direct Ghost Ship. He also directed 13 Ghosts. William Malone directed House on Haunted Hill, the first Dark Castle film, and I still think that House on Haunted Hill is the most legitimately frightening one. 13 Ghosts doesn't have anything legitimately scary, but I do love it nonetheless. Ghost Ship is actually quite on the spooky side of scary. It can be fucking tingly sometimes. It give me goosebumps, and it did make me jump. And you know what? I'm just gonna fucking say it. Ghost Ship scared me. Ghost Ship scared me. It rivals House on Haunted Hill at its most psychopathic. Actually, no, it doesn't. That's an exaggeration. That scene in House on Haunted Hill in the saturation chamber, nothing can really compare to that scene. That's fucking brilliant. That's why it's on my wall. Ghost Ship does have legitimately frightening moments, and I do really enjoy the concept. Like I said, the spooky side of scary, and it really gets under your skin. The performers here are all lovely. I'm getting used to these dark castle archetypes, so I know which one's which just by pointing it out. It's kind of like a new rule book being written since Scream decided to burn the old one. I love Scream to death. If it sounds like I'm saying something negative towards Scream, I'm just trying to remind people that Scream was a wrecking ball, that Scream took Michael Myers out to the field and shot him in the back of the head. You know, they changed everything forever by murdering and humiliating every trope of the genre. Good on you. I love you. I mean, yeah, obviously. But if horror was going to live again, well, it has to come back as a ghost. Julianna Margulies, Gabriel Byrne, Carl Urban, Isaiah Washington, Ron Eldard, and of course, Desmond Harrington. I'm really happy I liked Desmond Harrington here because the only other time I've talked about him on the channel was in my Wrong Turn video where he was so forgetful. He's one of the best things about Ghost Ship. Fucking loved him so much. So much. Great concept. Juliana Margulies, though, that is really. There's so much to her. There's a lot of. There's a core. There's such a sensitivity to her acting that it truly elevates the character. And I guess I just love watching her on screen, too. And of course, that helps. There is a physical poetry to Juliana Margulies. Something tangible. And horror needs something that you can really feel. Because fear is tactile, fear is responsive. Ghost Ship is honestly about going through the innards, the Leviathan corpse of the entire horror genre and bringing it back to life. Ghost Ship brings horror back to us in such a phenomenal way. Of course, this film has exciting, very memorable scenes, including the opening, where everyone gets sliced in half. It's great. Dark Castle really liked to slice people in half and have that moment of hesitancy. Like, people just couldn't comprehend or realize that they were, like, completely wrecked, like cut in half. I'm thinking of 13 Ghosts for sure. But Ghost Ship outdoes it. Ghost Ship is like that lawyer getting killed by the glass door in 13 Ghosts. What if we do it to 50 fucking people at once? Awesome. Great. But for me, it's doing something a bit different because maybe the two greatest sequences that Dark Castle ever produced are the two that I've actually spent time on here. The Saturation Chamber sequence, that nightmarish psychopathic sequence from House on Haunted Hill featuring Jeffrey Rush and directed by William Malone, and the one from Ghost Ship that I was mentioning earlier, the reveal that Desmond Harrington is the true villain of this entire film. He's the architect of animosity. It's so hyper stylized, it's so rhythmic, it's so breathtaking. It's so fucking cool and has this layer to it of sadism. Both are very dangerous sequences. House on Haunted Hill sequence is there to mortify you. Ghost Ships has maybe a more artful goal. Horror is not only back, horror is melodic now. Horror is lyrical. Since Ghost Ship reanimated the entire corpse of horror in its totality with all its archetypes, boogeymen, and victims, horror of the return of 2002 is not static being, but rather dynamic becoming. It's montage. It has blown my mind. I honestly fucking love Ghost Ship. Like, it's so fucking good. Like, I don't even know how to fully express how much I love the fucking movie, dude. It's amazing. It's amazing. Dark Castle is truly impressing me. I am floored by the quality of the films. And I can't believe that I often feel as if I'm the only one who feels this way. If you share any of my thoughts, make sure to tell me in the comments. I've been your cult boyfriend, talking about Ghost Ship, a film I love so much. I can't, you know, now that I have it, I can't live without it. I'm so into it. Such a good movie. I think it's brilliant. That's so good. But yeah, I think that's it. I think I have finally said enough.